Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome. I've been waiting for your arrival. I'm glad you're finally here. You might not know this yet, but today is the most important day of your life. Please relax, take a deep breath, and find yourself a comfortable place. We have work to do. What you're about to witness changed the lives of hundreds of thousands of real people just like you. Today, it's your time to lose the shackles and set yourself free. But before we get into that, there's someone I want you to meet right away. This is your greatest enemy, but don't get scared. It won't be able to hurt you anymore. This tiny, microscopic enemy is guilty of hijacking every aspect of your life. And in just seconds from now, I will prove to you how this microscopical evil, discovered in 1957 by a Nobel Prize laureate, is sabotaging your entire life. This discovery completely revolutionized the development of modern neuroscience. You see, there is an evil celebrity among brain chemicals, and her name is dopamine. Chances are you've never heard her name until now. Dopamine is an important chemical found in the brain, and it's responsible for major functions of the brain, like motivation, inspiration, pleasure, and consequently physical and emotional abundance. Dopamine can be our biggest ally or our biggest enemy, ruining every aspect of our lives. And here comes the bad news. There are several dopamine deficiency symptoms that you and your family should be made aware of. Anxiety, lack of interest in life, low motivation, procrastination, inability to feel pleasure, fatigue, addictions, and about 10 more. Have you ever had any of these symptoms? If the answer is yes, then stop worrying right now. You've come to the right place. Your life will get back on track in just minutes from now. The thing is, the solution has always been there, in a tiny chamber inside you. Stick with me, and you'll learn a tested, scientifically proven method that enables anyone, male or female, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, to naturally boost their dopamine levels, unlocking dormant parts of their brains and materializing their deepest and most intimate desires. Strap in, because there's a lot more down this dopamine rabbit hole. But before we dive in together, let me ask you this. Have you ever found yourself thinking obsessively about an aspect of your life that you're eagerly expecting to change? Have you ever compared your life to someone else's, only to realize that yours is significantly worse? Just imagine how tomorrow would feel if you'd wake up with a bug-free mind for the first time, being secure and in charge of all the aspects of your life. That's the best feeling in the world. Think about a type of freedom that allows you to travel the world anywhere you want, whenever you want, and with whomever you want. Like your long-awaited soulmate, maybe. Or even more, take full control and improve any aspect of your physical or mental health. You arrived here because this is your life's purpose. Deep down, you know that nothing in this life is random. With the right mindset, thoughts will become real. Good deeds can bring the divine blessings of the universe over our life. Each human is the creator of his own life. Quantum mechanics literally proved that we can create our own reality. So these are not assumptions, it's science. We vibrate and turn thoughts into things by the power of our minds. Listen to me carefully. Your life doesn't have to be comprised of isolated moments of happiness, surrounded by long periods of pain. There's a better way to live. I know, I live it. And by tonight, you will also feel what it's like to have the world lifted off your shoulders. The tension in your shoulders and around your neck will vanish. Your body will feel light as a feather, and you will finally be free from all life's struggles. And for the first time, in a long time, you will be truly happy, satisfied, relieved. Just imagine waking up every morning with a sense of purpose, knowing you're in control of your life and being motivated for the day. The only ingredient that you need to make each day successful and fulfilling. You can begin this journey by tonight once you have the key to unlocking your share of the abundant universal flow, boosting your dopamine levels naturally. You see, I never thought for a second in my life that I'd become a transformational coach, let alone a life trainer and expert on universal energy connections. Picture 3.8 million followers on social media. Picture a discussion group with more than 180,000 members. Picture thousands of people from all over the world messaging me daily. I sent out love, and the universe instantly replied in a miraculous, magical way. Today, I own a mansion with a beautiful yard. I drive my favorite dream car. I have a big, white, adorable dog named Dominic. I married my predestined, beautiful, smart, and loving twin soul, and I'm perfectly healthy. But things weren't always like this. In fact, I was one paycheck away from living under a bridge. My name is Darius Thomas, and for the next few minutes, I'll be your guide. I'll be starting our journey together by sharing with you a very intimate and personal story of how my life took a godly 180 twist. You see, I found myself on the verge of being out on the street before I finally figured out there was another way. I was born in a poor, small country in Eastern Europe. My mother was working at the milk factory. My father was a miner. Both of them were earning minimum wage. We were barely making it from paycheck to paycheck. I can hardly remember my parents smiling. Saying that our life was tough for us was a huge understatement. With all the life's pains, they focused all their efforts on my education, and it fruitfully paid off. I was always a top student. Thanks to my parents' efforts, I was educated at one of my country's best colleges and ultimately got a degree as a software programmer. Around 1 year after graduation, I got hired by one of the world's premier banks in the software security division. That's when the future started to look great for me. I moved to a new condo, I met a beautiful girl, plus my desire to take everything to the next level. I was working extra hours almost every day to make my dreams come true. I started to feel powerful for the first time in my life. Those extra hours eventually became extra days and extra nights. As you can imagine, they ended up draining away my energies. Soon enough, I'd reached a point where I felt that hard, consistent work felt like it pulled me away from my soul. Fast forward 6 months later, and I'm on the verge of burnout. Then, on one Monday morning, after around 2 years of hard work for the bank, the hammer dropped. After a series of public scandals, the bank entered administrative bankruptcy. Here I was thinking that I was well on my way to a 6-figure salary and all the perks that go with it, but the next thing I knew, I was out on my ass, searching for a new job. As if this wasn't enough, after a 3-year relationship, my girlfriend had to move to the other side of the country for her job. So there I was, heartbroken, broke, and on the verge of ruin. Just when I thought I'd managed to heal, disaster struck again. There's got to be more to life, right? Why? Why do only 10% of the people on Earth have 90% of the wealth? Why do the rest live in poverty or from check to check? I couldn't accept that. I worked my butt off every single day. But then I thought maybe there's a trick to it. Maybe there's some sort of secret to having a carefree life. Yeah, that's gotta be it. There's gotta be a secret that I don't know about. So I got to work again. A different kind of labor. After countless sessions of deep self-reflection and a lot of research, I found out what it was. As I was reading and taking notes and reading again, all of a sudden a phrase stole my eyes on the cover of an old self-development book. I saw these words written with a pencil. I always choose a lazy person to do a difficult job because they will always find an easy way to do it. In case you are wondering, Bill Gates, richest guy in the world, said that. There had to be a reason behind it. I was shocked. This one word, lazy. And so I started researching on the connection between laziness and success. And this will rock your world as it rocked mine. Pay close attention. Whether it was fate or not, I had stumbled upon a technique that was fruitfully used by some of the most influential people of all times. Do these names ring any bells? Bill Gates, Nelson Mandela, Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, Leonardo da Vinci, Neil Armstrong, Walt Disney, Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith, Jim Carrey. I'm sure at least some of them you know. But do you know the one thing that they all have in common? They were all lazy. And laziness is proportional with dopamine. Dopamine is released whenever you predict a reward, like hitting play on your favorite song or getting a notification on your phone. As you move toward the reward, your brain secretes dopamine to keep you focused. If your brain feels like whatever you're doing is not worth the reward, or if it feels like you should be doing better things, it won't release the same levels of dopamine. You're not enthralled with your work, so you surf the web, you check your phone, you do your chores, anything to avoid doing actual work. Easy achievements. The thing is, we're bombarded every day by easy, cheap doses of dopamine. Video games, mobile apps, advertisements are all designed with neuroscience in mind. Think about all the people in your life more successful than you. Are they really that much smarter than you, more talented than you? No. It all comes back to dopamine, or just how strong your desire is. The rich get richer. Dopamine-rich people create incredibly developed visions. They piece together connections that normal people can't see. They just think at a higher level. I was always a hard worker, but dopamine was the missing ingredient for which I'd been searching all along. The magic key that would give me the superpower to get what I wanted. The one thing I've been searching for all along, it all boiled down to a simple molecule. And my biggest enemy, which became my biggest ally, dopamine. After I discovered the secret method to store more dopamine and use it for important aspects only, my entire life changed. I started using it as soon as I had everything ready. I was shocked at how quickly things started working. First, I started using it with simple stuff, and it worked. And then I started using it with the biggest aspects of my life, and it worked again. I couldn't believe how fast everything started turning around for me. I began to experience success like never before. Instinctively, situations that had always seemed tricky to me just fell into place. The solutions I searched for, people's support, and the money I needed just started arriving naturally in my life, almost like getting checks in the mail. This secret worked every time. For every new opportunity that came my way, I made the right decision instinctively without any second guessing. My power of materializing my desires kept getting stronger and stronger, and finally, I felt like all the doors were opening in my life. Soon enough, I'd put together a complete, easy-to-understand system and turned it into a program that anyone can follow. I named the process behind my system Mind Over Matter, or the MOM method. It's a breakthrough that allows anyone to see their life purpose unfold in front of their eyes, receive unexpected amounts of money, attract their lover back, and create a deeper connection with the universe and with those around them without any hard work. At first, I decided to share my secret with my family. Then I shared my findings with my friends, too. Soon enough, word started to spread. After leaking on the web, thousands of people felt awakened, relieved, and exonerated from their life of pain and suffering. Before long, I could literally see a storm of interest and real-life results. Straight away, it seemed like they had been giving away seemingly magical powers to almost force their mindset to materialize their daydream. This little miracle-working recipe is called Manifestation Hero, and I've dedicated most of my life to it. Manifestation Hero is the only thing you will ever need in order to manifest your magical dream life into tangible reality. Here's how it works. Manifestation Hero is an online platform that I developed. I told you I'm a software programmer. Based on the MOM method. This is guaranteed.